Okay, guys, so we're ready for Indiana history. Now, there's something a little bit different when you go um, continue on through the module. You're going to get to Indiana History Unit 2 flashcards. This is new, and I just decided to put some Quizlet cards together just to kind of keep you kind of a little bit ahead of the game so that when it comes time to do our study guide, this won't all be brand new information. You'll be reviewing a little bit about it each day. So I've only gotten things on here that will take us up through lesson 6, which you finished yesterday. And I have it set for the learn um, activity because I like how they've given to you in repetition, right? So when you play, um, you'll have different types of ways to answer. You have multiple choice. Sometimes you'll just have to say the answer. Um, but then if you do it so many times in a row, or I guess once you become familiar with it, and then we advance on to how we know them really well, then you'll be, when we get to the study guide, you'll be in really good shape. Okay. So some of these you might not know, right? Because you just did the notes yesterday. My suggestion is to go back and read your notes. We've talked about that before. Read your notes like they are a story. Okay. Read them all the way through. And then you can come back and try some of these flashcards. Okay. So then once you get through with the flashcards, the next part of your module is going to be lesson 7 of chapter 2. Now, guys, this is a really long chapter. We're going to break it up and just do one lesson a day. Okay, or I'm sorry, not one lesson, one page of the lesson a day. Now, I did try to put it back on Seesaw. Um, I know Dea was able to get in there and finish it yesterday, and it looked great. So if anyone needs help, please find Dea. Miss Benefiel helped me out too. She printed off, I found where we could get the QR code. So we all had the same code and it wasn't expiring, and she printed those off. So if you haven't received those, we'll need to ask Mrs. Kennedy or Mr. Moreland for those because I know Miss Benefiel is going to drop them off in the room. Use that QR code so when you click on Seesaw and it's time to log in, you click that you're a student and then hold that QR code up to the camera to scan in, and then it will take you hopefully to a page like this where you're going to have just one page of the notes. Okay, it's this chapter 2, lesson 7, day 1. Okay, you're going to hit this add response or wherever your plus is, find your name, make sure you are picking the right person. Okay, so I'm going to be the sample student here. And when we get this, it's kind of hard to see. So, you're going to want to zoom in. Okay, whoops, I'm on the marker there. We don't want that. Make sure we click this hand so that we can move it around. And maybe I can't because I've zoomed in too far. Uh, There we go. Okay, so we have our vocabulary words. You're going to start with your 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh gosh, there's lots of them. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6, 7. It's kind of jumping, so it's hard for me to count those. But anyhow, we're going to fill in these vocabulary words if you want to do them on the computer. Okay, this great big capital T stands for text. When you click on it, you get a text box. You can type your answer in here. And then when it's time to move it, I always click off of it, just out here in this empty space. And then when you click on it again, you'll get those circles that you can resize it. And then when it has that plus sign, we can drag it and then put it in its right spot, and then we can adjust it. Okay, so each time you're ready to answer, click that big T box, type your answer, and then click off of it, grab it, place it on the line, and shrink it up. I do have it set so that it has that line around there. So, if that bothers you, don't worry about it. But you can make it as small as you need to. Okay. When you're finished, you're going to click this green check mark. Really pay attention because you might have to click it twice. I'm not positive. But again, Dea was able to do this just fine yesterday. So if you have questions, please find Dea because she did a great job with it. Okay, so that's Indiana history. Once you're done with Indiana history, probably after you go to recess, I'm imagining, we are going to come back to do our STEM lesson. Okay, and the STEM lesson is very simple. We're going to click on Moby here. You're going to go to your dashboard and watch a video on the different types of energy. And then you're going to get your STEM notebook out. And we're going to copy this anchor chart here. Okay, and we need to, now it doesn't need to look exactly like this, you know how it's color coded and that sort of thing. You just need, a title. We need to have a caption underneath it. Here, energy is the ability to do work. Energy comes in many different forms. And then make a chart like this is, okay? Divided it up. So we have mechanical, M stands for mechanical in one box, E is electrical, L for light, T for thermal, and S for sound. And next to them, you're going to tell us what each of these is, and you're going to give some examples. Okay, so you really are truly just copying this into your STEM notebook, okay? Putting it in your own writing. And that's it for STEM. I believe the next one is for us to meet for Zoom. And this is when we will come on, meet for Zoom, and I can answer any questions that you may have had since our last Zoom meeting. Okay. In the meantime, if you need help and Mrs. Kennedy or Mr. Moreland's not available, please feel free to send me an email and I'll do what I can. Thanks, guys.